The COVID-19 pandemic has asked us many questions about ourselves and about our world. The pandemic is a test, and the world is failing. More than 4 million people have died, and more continue to die. Already this year, the number of deaths is more than double last year's total. In the time it takes me to make these remarks, more than 100 people will lose their lives to COVID-19. And by the time the Olympic flame is extinguished on the 8th of August, more than 100,000 more people will perish.
Well, Simon Clarke is an associate professor in cellular microbiology at the University of Reading here in the UK and joins me live now. Simon, do you agree with those comments by the head of the WHO that the world is failing to stem the coronavirus pandemic?
Good evening. Well, I think the world is failing to stem it, but I really do have to ask the question, what else does he expect? I mean, the only way we can stem the spread of this virus is with a vaccine, and we've only had a vaccine effectively for 6 or 7 months. In reality, it takes time to produce these things. None of us knew that that any of the vaccines that we have and that work quite well was going to work. So, you know, there is limited production capacity. That needs to be improved. But again, you can't just flick your fingers with this and make it happen. These things, unfortunately, take time.
It takes time, but so how long, I mean, should we wait?
Well, we'll have to wait as long as it takes. I mean, we've been fighting polio with an organised programme for over 30 years now, and we still haven't got rid of that. So quite why he thinks we're going to get rid of or have significantly beaten this within several months, I don't really understand. You know, it is a complicated thing to do. And even when you do have lots of vaccine available for people, there are people who don't want to take it, and people who make trouble about vaccines and all sorts of things like that.
Yeah, I mean, there has been an incredible effort to get this vaccine out onto the market. Dr. Tedros also made the point that these games should go ahead as a symbol of hope. I mean, from a scientific point of view, do you think that they should go ahead?
Well, if the Japanese authorities can keep COVID out and done properly, I see no reason why they shouldn't. Then they probably, as a symbol of hope, as a symbol of we want to, as a human race, carry on as normal when we can, then they may well be a decent thing to do.
Are you giving the global community an A+ then, in response to this pandemic?
No, I wouldn't give them an A+, but it was never going to be easy, and it's going to take years.
All right, Simon Clarke, Associate Professor of Cellular Microbiology. Thanks for joining us on the programme. Thank you.